What's happening, gang? Got my rear end back. Guy that set it up for me said that it went together pretty good. It got one shim in there. Said it set up real nice. Didn't have to adjust much in there. You know, back a little while ago, several years ago when I drove this thing, excuse me, my throat's a little choked up. The clutch set in there wasn't hooking up all the time. So I had pulled this out before I started working on it, or this time that I started working on it this last several years. Before I put it on the road, I had pulled this chunk out, and I took it to a guy and let him rebuild the rear end. And then it seemed like it worked. And then that one time it spit out the axle on me. I found out one of the spider gears was in there that got messed up, and that's why it spit the axle out. So I rebuilt that carrier, and it's been working since. And now I wanted to upgrade the rear and get a better gear in there, which now it's a 370. It was a 330. So when I took this to him, he pulled it all apart, and I had a rebuild kit, so he rebuilt the whole rear end. And something he pointed out to me was the bearings on the carrier and the bearings on the pinion were still original Ford bearings. So the guy that rebuilt it before screwed me over. Kind of makes me mad, but I'm glad it didn't blow apart, and now it's fixed and I'll never have to touch it again. But the bearing in the pinion shaft was so bad that when he took the pinion out, the bearing fell apart. To me, that doesn't make any sense because I paid somebody to rebuild this rear end. But that's what happens when you pay people to do your work and you don't know. I can't say I don't know much about him, but I know who he is. But he's supposed to be a shade tree mechanic, and supposedly knew what he was doing. But anyhow, that's all said and done. It didn't break. You know, it's fixed. It's been caught, so all the bearings in here has been upgraded. All the seals, the whole 9 yards. This thing is done. And unless something actually breaks, I should never have to pull this thing out of the rear end anymore. Unless I put them gears in there and then I don't like it. Hopefully that's not the case, but anyhow, they're there. I'm going to get them put in, and I'll bring you guys back once I get some work done. Thanks for following, guys.